108, 101.
Get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter.
He
For
beat
us up
Tom
here in the
Brady
booth,
and
it's been
CJ
fun to
with
watch. The defensive
10
coordinators probably
touchdowns.
scratching their heads.
Nick
They're
Chubb
going a little bit crazy
got
right
2
now. But let's
touchdowns.
face it, all of our friends who
And
play
Browns.
fantasy,
The Patriots finally
they're
playing
enjoying the heck
defense.
out of this show.
Stopping
Most of them are
Chubbs.
creating and
Trash.
getting a
Patriots
bunch
are
of
still
points.
trash.
Points certainly not at a premium here.
Second quarter got 100 points in the first quarter.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try
Well,
again,
no,
second
we
and
got
10.
94, 66 in the first quarter. Right to the dot, right to the money. Number 3, that's Collins.
What a first half he's putting together. He's
Collins playing a great game, having a great game here tonight.
He has a first down there.
Catch.
And another
Stop
thing that
it.
makes the comeback route really effective is that
Stop his
oftentimes
offense.
after you've made the initial move,
Two
receivers
great running backs with
breaking away
Chubbs
from
and
the
Mixon.
defensive back, and that
Both
makes
of
it a
them,
really tough play to defend.
Joe Mixon and
Nice chunk
Nick
of yardage
Chubbs,
picked up there.
got a touchdown in the first quarter.
Stroud to throw it.
CJ, the might as well.
Now he'll run.
Oh,
he'll get just
man.
a yard on the scramble.
Catch his ass.
Only a short game there, but that's okay if you're
Down
the
to the
offense.
ground.
They've
Caught
got a
his
lot
ass.
of
Fast as
pressure
hell.
on him,
Shit.
and he uses athleticism to at least get back to
Thought
the
he gonna take
line
off.
and make second down a lot
Boy got
shorter
cracked.
than
Boy
it
got
was
hit.
for a moment.
He went diving for that damn end zone.
Second and 9.
It was in the second, the second touchdown and the second 2-point conversion.
And this
Catch.
taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play.
Caught
They'll
it.
say
Were
it's
they incomplete?
The throw led him a little too far. It brings up
Agent
third
fine.
down.
That incompletion certainly
Being the
makes
lead
this
for the first
upcoming
time.
third down a
They
little
got
bit
blown
more
out.
crucial. They need to find
And
the right play to convert
he
here
caught up.
and maybe start to tamp down
They had
a
a
little
lead.
bit
The
of
Patriots
momentum.
even tried
The
to
other side is
force
starting
them
to
out
gain.
for the first time.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A huge play there for Houston. 46 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. This will be caught once again by Brown. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
The throwing again is Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got...
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans are able to extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
Here's May. Short pass caught by Henry. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing here is May. Caught on the right side by Jones. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
There you go. You gotta do it, man. Gotta do it, man. Where did him to? Look at that day after his
We're going to throw. May. And that's going to be incomplete.
I say that was weak.
Good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
But not before he gets into enemy territory. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally, you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting?
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the first down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. Complete. It's Henry. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, They really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth.
A 32-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Texans offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Stroud. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
What a game he's having. They've not been able to stop him or even slow him down. He's got 2 touchdowns already. That could have been a third. He's got the secondary coach asking people for answers. Can you help me out? Because we are not slowing him down.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Stroud. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Mixon with a first down carry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots' 13-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nick Chubb on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll throw with May. Open man is born. Got a good job to get him to the ground quickly right there at the 36-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. On play action, May.
Oh.
Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Will Anderson, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the gun, it's May. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. To throw, it's May. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
These two up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, there's a stop on 3rd down.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Oh, my God.
And it's incomplete. Convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. Still going. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
That's interference. Defense.
So call off the pick six.
Touchdown.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. That's complete to Dell. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Back to throw. Stroud. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Buying time to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 2nd and 6. Stroud looking to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And the Texans are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
2 seconds left.
So barring a touch, likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Defense.
In the first half, just like the end of the game, can't end with a defensive penalty. They'll have another play.
One more play, untimed. See what happens here.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is knocked away and incomplete. But I think it was a free play. Let's check the call. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Caught that.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He had a half for the ages. Touchdown pass after touchdown pass. He threw a month's worth of touchdowns in just those first 2 quarters of play.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Start this third quarter right. See.
Houston's offense already
get the ball to
set to get going. Stroud to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
A give running right is Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Stroud. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
The Texans send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. On the return is Jones. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Patriots take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And flag and flag after flag and attempt after attempt after attempt. And it fell and fell and fell. I thought he would have caught that. Whoever was there. Was it Diggs? I don't really know, man. Drop that shit. Garbage.
To the air, May.
Damn.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
That's number 8.
Hunter drops him.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the shotgun, it's May. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Here's May. Checking this down to Stevenson. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return, it's King. A nice little juke. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. To the right side and caught by Dell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Here's Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Stroud sets up the play action. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The throwing again is Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. They'll give it to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Stroud. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Stroud. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Schultz. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the shotgun, May with it. That's out to the flat for Gibson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
Oh.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard, Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. On play action, May. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The tight end, Henry, here in motion. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Play action, May. He'll give this to Bell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
The tight end, Henry, here in motion. On the handoff, Stevenson. And there just continues to be nowhere. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Throwing here is May. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, gotta catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Encroachment, defense.
So now it's 4th and short.
So after the penalty, that means there's a decision to be made. Do you still line up in field goal formation? Or maybe you think about running your offense back out on the field?
They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him from...
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
On 4th down, on comes Joey Sly for the Patriot field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Sly able to put this one through. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2nd and 5. And Stroud now to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one goes for 8 yards.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Stroud looking to throw. Got his man, Dell. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Play action. Here's Stroud. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Pats are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Bourne going to go in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They'll throw with May. Throw out wide is incomplete.
I I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Off the play fake. Here's May. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And the job becomes twice as difficult. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. May. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Setting up a screen for Stevenson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So after the penalty, they're back to where they started. 3rd and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Defense.
So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone
Automatic
involved.
first down.
He was a little too fast on that play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. To throw, it's May. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Henry To'oto able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
A rough play there for the first-year quarterback, and that's a skill he'll pick up as he gains more experience in the NFL. Recognizing situations where he might have to take the sack and finding a way to minimize the lost yardage in those situations. But for now, a big loss is the result of this one.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's May. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Inside the 10. And he
end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand,
Offside.
partner.
Defense.
So obviously they will decline the
That
penalty
penalty is
there, and
declined.
the result is 6 points. Slide for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it concluded with the touchdown pass to Antonio Gibson. Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The Texans on third down. Can't fault these numbers, 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Stroud to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer. Still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Out right to Bourne. And they'll get him down right at around the